Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle Channel, and today we're going to look at an Irish reel called the Ashplant. The Ashplant was a request from Steve, who is one of my supporters on Patreon. It's a 16 bar reel, meaning the A section and B section are just played once each. Many tunes use the same finger pattern at the beginning if they're in E minor, and basically that involves putting your first finger across the E and the B and doing some combination of that kind of thing, and this is one of those. I'm going to give you the simple basic version of the melody, and then I'm going to suggest some bowing and some ornamentation. I'll start off going through the A section slowly, and start off with your first finger as I suggested on both the E and the B, and we're going to come with the down bow on the B. Now the bowing I've chosen for this, it's just one of many different ways you could do it. I tend to try and start each bar with a down bow, although that is not necessary. And I will usually do at least one slur within a bar. So the first bar I'm going to put a slur here, and here, and another slur. So there are two slurs. And as regards choosing the bowing, I wouldn't get stuck on one particular bowing pattern. What I tend to do is I make the bowing up as I go along. When I'm writing it out for lessons, I do try and find something that really works, but if I play it at a different tempo, then the bowing might change. If I play it on a different day, the bowing might change. If I am in a different mood, the bowing might change. The important thing is that it flows, that it's smooth, but also that you introduce an element of rhythmic surprise to it. Okay, so the B section, we're starting on a B again, going to a open E. Now, as we start this section, my first finger is staying on the A string. When I come to play the F sharp, I just bend my finger over a bit so that it plays the F sharp on the E string. And then it just bends back again, so that first finger is not moving. Until I take it off of that note. Now there's another way of playing this B section where just one note changes. So instead of having that F sharp at the top, you can put a G, which actually fits the chord better, but is perhaps slightly less interesting. So when you come to learn this tune, decide initially which you like best. But be aware that if you're playing this in a session, it may be that everyone else is going to be playing the other way. And I did a video all about variation and versions, which you might find useful and helpful. So this is one way you want to keep your ears open and be aware of what everyone else is doing. and not just plough along saying, this is the version I learned, this is what I'm going to play. Okay, I'll put on the backing fairly slowly and let's play through the A and B sections. Okay, now the version that you've just been looking at, you may notice that on some of the notes there's a little squiggle written, and that squiggle is a kind of indefinite suggestion that you might play an ornament on that note. I actually copied this out from a version on thesession.org, and that's the way it was written, and I don't know if they were suggesting that a roll should be played or a cut should be played on each of those, but I've taken it as that's a place where you might play an ornament. So in the next version I've actually taken most of those points and added ornaments. So we've got double cuts, and a double cut is where the melody note is preceded by itself and a note above, usually the third above. So in the first bar, and it comes again there. There are some rolls, and I've got a video all about the rolls explaining that. The main thing to know about the roll is that it's like a turn, but most of the movement comes right at the end of the note. So it doesn't go straight into that, it's that as fast as you can. Then in the third line we've got some trebles, also known as bowed triplets, and these are best played starting on a down bow and near the tip, like that, and it's more of a twitch than anything else. You definitely don't want to hear three distinct notes like that. So that's the kind of feel, and these are pretty well interchangeable. If there's a long enough note, then you can do a roll. Wherever there's a cut, you could probably do a treble, and so on. And you may decide that you don't want to do an ornament in one of these places at all. So I'll go through this slowly once, and then we'll finish off by playing it up to speed. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. If you would like a copy of the sheet music, then do subscribe to the channel and send me an email, and I will send you a PDF. And all my PDFs are available on my Patreon page, and it's the Patreon that keeps all these videos coming. Thanks for watching. I'll play you out with a couple of times round, and I'll just vary that ornamentation a bit. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.